It's Friday morning now, and I am nearly at the farm for the drill demo. According to the sat-nav, it is around here somewhere. So the reason this one's going to be a bit of an odd job is that we're going to try and plant beans into grass, which I've never heard of anyone doing before, but they must have a reason for it. And they want them in at 6 inches deep, which I've not heard of people planting spring beans that deep either. I wouldn't think they'd be here until middle of May. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to struggle with grip, with power, and to close the slot back up, but we will see what happens when we get there. So we are here, and we just put the drill in the ground without any seed in, and we've got down to about 100 mil depth, maybe even deeper there, which the farmer is quite happy with. That's the depth he actually said, as it was told 6 inches, which is 150 mil to start with, but it is 100 apparently. So I'm not sure if we have to see the sun coming in, but he's quite happy. So he has gone back to the yard to get a couple of ton of seed to pop in the hopper, and there's 35 acres to try and do today, but it's doing a better job than I thought. We'll see how well she pulls once we get the seed in the hopper. But yeah, surprise so far. So we're in a grass seed lay at the minute. This has been in for 2 years. I think the reason they put beans in after the grass is that it's easy then to take out any grass from the beans rather than putting wheat afterwards, which is a bit trickier to try and get the grass out of the wheat. So apparently they do about 2 years of grass, beans, 2 years of wheat, and then peas, and then back into grass. I think that's what it said. Anyway, a bit different. So we've pulled it, which is a start. The seedbed looks okay, which is another plus. Our next problem is that the seed rate on these new variety of beans is 401 kilos to the hectare, and I was struggling at 350, 300. So we're going to have to whoop the fan speed up again and drive slow. And hopefully it'll be alright. Everyone's filming at the moment. I'm filming, Jacob from Claydon's filming me going by, and the seedbed, the farmer's filming. We're all at it. So you can probably tell from the engine noise, it's quite a steady old slog. We're running at close to 1900 RPM at the moment. Quite happy though. We had to do a few tweaks. The front was running a bit deeper than the back, but I was on barley last time, and it's a completely different setup, so I just had to put it in and see what happened. We got to a point that as it was leaning back, I think the harrow was taking the weight of the back set of drilling coulters, so I had to raise the harrow up. But we seem to be there now. So we're going in about 120 mil deep, and then go to flat roll once we've been through here. And the grass hasn't been sprayed off yet. They'll spray it off in about 2 weeks' time, I think he said. Going okay, just a steady old plod. This is where the T8 New Hollands that we were running last year would be more handy. The extra wheelbase, wheel weights. I've only got a small front weight on, as I probably said earlier. It's only 650 kilos. Try and keep this quite light for drilling. But on days like today, you want the weight to get the power down. So yeah, the bigger front weight block would be handy. Unfortunately, this field is flat, as is the next one. Third one, I think it's just on a side bank, so it should be okay. We'll find out. So that is one I drilled earlier. Looks like I've just rolled the grass, rolled it, because it's just dark and pale lines going up and down the field. Pivot steer loaders can't quite reach the hopper, so I had to fold a wing up when I'm using one of those. Don't normally have the big toolbox on the front, but we've got the splitter boots in there, A-shares, new set of beam points as well, all sorts in there. Just because when you're working away from the farm, it's easiest to take some bits and pieces with you. Some better dirt up on this hill, which is a bonus. The beans are down in there. Can't see any, it's just covering them all up. It's not quite so neat looking as the earlier field, which is on some slightly heavier soil. That was just cutting sort of slots up through the grass, but because it's lighter here, it's just tossing some of this light soil over the grass. Seems to be doing what they want though, which is pleasing. So putting the beans into the grass was a slog. Spent most of the day doing about 5.5k. I think at the end of the day, even with more horsepower, you still wouldn't be able to grip enough to pull a sensible speed. So really, a tracked vehicle would have been required. And that's what these guys have, that we're doing the demo for, have got. They're looking at getting a 6-metre drill, and they've got a big Challenger hiding around here somewhere. Well, they're talking of changing it for a wheeled tractor, so they got more use. So putting it into a 2-year-old grass lay or 3-year-old grass lay, I think it's going to be a struggle. Whatever, it just goes so tight. There we go. Got there in the end, and I thought I'd just sort of finish off the video with the carrying on that demo on that farm, planting some peas, which we were going to do the next day or so. So here we are, about 10 days later. It was just being so frosty, I didn't want to put the peas in. It was just it's been really unpleasant. Today seems quite nice. Yesterday was a bitter cold wind, but we're back down here again, and we're going to put some peas into some overwinter cover crop. I think they've actually disked it. I just drove past on the road. It's all been desiccated, all sprayed off. Mainly oats, I think it was. I don't know what else was in the cover crop mix, but yeah, we're just waiting to be filled up with peas, and then we go and give this a little go and see if we can do a decent job. Well, that little demonstration was short-lived. It didn't work where they'd worked the ground in the winter. They'd put this cover crop out there, but because they worked it where the seeder time was going through, it was just popping up some big lumps from the cultivations in the autumn. So it wasn't going to do what they wanted it to do. I think it would have worked if they'd rolled it behind, but they didn't want to roll it because peas don't like compaction. So there you go. That was their decision. So they're going to try a different drill that a neighbour has this afternoon. So I'm now back at my farm, and that is the drilling done for the time being, or for the springtime. There is something else on the horizon though. People have asked us to have a go up in some mazing, so yeah, a couple of weeks time might have a go at maize drilling. Got to do a few tweaks to the drill first though to prep it for that, but other than that, all the spring crops are in the ground and done, and we can move on to something else. Got some silage starting next week. So yeah, there'll be some other non-drilling videos coming in the future. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. See ya.